Walking in the open space, searching for a ghost inside the face. Transmission burning at the highest speed, giving every shadow what it might need.
The heart is reaching for the highest feeling. The iron pulse is all that I am feeling. Grinding gears against the hollow ground, where every single memory can be found.
Still lungs breathing in the heavy storm, waiting for the structure to transform.
The surge is pushing every line to crack. There is no road to lead the signal back.
High voltage running to the shaggy glass, watching all the ghosts of silence pass.
Everything is surging to the fall.
Wait for the gravity to take the fall. High voltage running through the jagged glass, watching all the ghosts of silence pass.
Everything is surging to the final wall.
Wait for the gravity.
To take the fall. The heavy pulse begins to climb across the silver line, a golden weightlessness that keeps the engine in design. The cooling air is velvet thick against the rising heat. We drift above the valley where the sky and static meet. I feel the surge of static grace beneath the moving floor, a constant push that opens up an unremembered door. The architecture of the light is building floor by floor. We do not look behind us at the shadows anymore. The heavy pulse begins to climb across the silver line, a golden weightlessness that keeps the engine in design. The cooling air is velvet thick against the rising heat. We drift above the valley where the sky and static meet. I feel the surge of steady grace beneath the moving floor, a constant push that opens up an unremembered door. The architecture of the light is building floor by floor. We do not look behind us at the shadows anymore. This is the motion that will never learn to tire, a saturated flood of everything we could desire. The warmth is blooming like a forest in the chest. The momentum finds a cradle where the weary come to rest. It is a river made of honey and of stone, a kingdom that the traveling heart has always known. The sweetness of the friction as the world begins to glow. There is no other direction for the spirit now to go. This is the motion that will never learn to tire, a saturated flood of everything we could desire. The warmth is blooming like a forest in the chest. The momentum finds a cradle where the weary come to rest. It is a river made of honey and of stone, a kingdom that the traveling heart have always known. The sweetness of the friction as the world begins to glow. There is no other direction for the spirit now to go. The gravity is folded like a map within the hand. We are the architects of this expansive sunny land. The friction is a memory of the lowest state of grace. Now we occupy the fullness of this elevated space. There is no stutter in the breath or tremor in the bone, just the humming of a power that is perfectly our own. The morning holds its breath to watch the giant wheels spin. We are the finish line and where the races all begin. The atmosphere is pouring like a bottle of the sun. No many paths are narrowed down into the only one. The speed is silent then, the stillness is a roar. We are the tide that washes up upon a higher shore. The fabric of the day is soft and woven through with gold, a story that the future has already clearly told. The morning holds its breath to watch the giant wheels spin. We are the finish line and where the races all begin. This is the motion that will never learn to tire, a saturated flood of anything we could desire. Traveling hard is always known the sweetness of the rush. And as the world begins to clear, then there's no other time. The spirit now to go.
chill. The world outside is standing perfectly still. Just a gentle pulse in the evening haze, lost in the glow of those runaway gates. The golden rim breaks the heavy hem of the night, unfolding silk across the valley floor. A gentle climb of amber drinking up the dew to find the peace we left behind the door. The dust is dancing in The frost is turning into silver on the grass, while the morning puts an end to every fight. Here comes the morning, washing over the slate, turning the gray into a crown of burning fire. The heavy hours dissolve into the air as the sun begins to pull the spirit higher. Is the clarity that follows after the storm, a steady pulse of warmth against the skin. The ceiling of the earth is all burning white to let the newness of the day begin. The amberlight crawls across the wooden floor, tracing lines where shadows stood before. The silver kettle hums a low, steady tune, clearing out the remnants of a heavy moon. I lace my boots and fix a steady gaze on the golden fabric of the morning haze. The dust is settling on the shelf from yesterday, while I find a brand new path to pave. Forget the anchors dragging in the deep. Tina, Tina, Hina, 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 the Tina, Tina, Hina, 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 yeah, yeah, Hina, Hina, to keep, but the sudden rush of love. The highway is a ribbon of heat stretching out toward the sun. The race is over before the starting pistol has even begun. I see the children splashing in the fountains of the public square. 1,000 tiny prisons dancing through the moisture in the air. The old man on the bench is laughing at a joke. I finally get the world is spinning faster than it's ever coin tossed in a bed. Your heavy boots of winter have finally melted into the stream. Every brick and mortar corner's waking from a long gray dream. I can feel the tectonic plates shifting deep inside my chest. The North Star is pointing straight toward the center of the crest. Oh, the light is the flood and we are swimming in the overflow. High above the valley where the heavy mountain laurels grow. It is a fever in the blood and a holy fire in the veins. Washing out the salt and the iron from the autumn waves. Everything is screaming in a frequency of purest white. We are the spark and the tinder and a roaring of the light. The radio is playing a tune from a station far across the sea. A symphony of static and a melody that sets the spirit free. No more looking in the rear view for the ghost of what went wrong. The road is just a one-way and the engine is a gospel song. I see the eagle circling high above the jagged canyon floor, finding every thermal that can lift him up a little more. The clouds are giant Cadillacs and an sea of indigo, napping out the secrets that the weary people never know. I found the copper penny shining in the cracks of the cement, a small reminder of the grace for which no heavy price was spent. The wind and tasting like the cider and the honey of the hills, chasing after hollow ache and all the cold and quiet change. The heavy roots of winter have finally mated into the stream. Every brick and mortar corner's waking time a lost my dream. I can feel the tectonic plates shifting deep inside my chest. The North Star is pointing straight toward the center of the crest. Oh, a light is a blood and we are swimming in the overflow. High above the valley where the heavy mountain laurels grow. It is a fever in the blood and a holy fire in the veins, washing out the salt and the iron from the autumn rays. He's screaming in a frequency of pure and white. We are the spark and the tinder and the roaring of the light.
The dust is shaking loose from every brick and beam. A heavy fever waking from a frozen dream. We kept our spirits buried in the hollow ground, but now the silent valley makes a sudden sound.
The shadows lengthen out across the jagged slate. We recognize the moment and we refuse to wait. This is the surge we felt before the sky broke wide. A tidal motion rising from the deep inside. We climb the jagged ladder of the silver light to claim the jagged summit in the dead of night. No turning back to seek the safety of the shore. We are the thunder knocking at the iron door. Oh,
sharp as broken glass. We watch the ghost of every form of failure pass. A million matches striking in a single room to blast the ancient winter into summer blown.
There is a current pulling at our tired heels, forged in the fire and the turning of the wheel.
The path ahead is narrow, but the aim is true. We leave the old behind to find us something new. The bells are ringing out from every hidden spire to feed the growing hunger of the inner fire.
Our footprints settle deep into the shifting sand. The map is etched upon the hollow of our head. The pressure builds behind the heavy wooden dam. We share the gentle spirit of a quiet land. 1,000 voices gathered in a single breath to challenge every boundary and conquer death. The circus surge we felt before the sky broke wide. Our tidal motion rising from the deep inside. We climbed the jagged ladder of the silver light to claim the jagged summit in the dead of night. No turning back to seek the safety of the shore. We are the thunder knocking at the iron door. This is the surge we felt before the sky broke wide. A final motion rising from the deep inside. We climb the jagged ladder of the silver light to claim the jagged summit in the dead of night. No turning back to seek the safety of the shore. We are the thunder knocking at the iron door. The fuse is sharpening beneath the soles of your feet. Static charges leak from the friction of the concrete. We are tectonic plates shifting under a strobing glare. Oxygen turns to liquid gold in this pressurized air. Don't look for the exit when the walls begin to sway. The gravity here has different rules for how we play. Prismatic shards glint against the velvet dark. Every movement leaves a streak of a dying spark. We are painting masterpieces with the swing of a hip, letting the mundane reality finally lose its grip. The spectrum bleeds into a messy violet haze, lost inside the geometry of this kaleidoscopic maze. Detonate the spectrum until the vision fractured wide. There is nowhere for the monochrome shadows to hide. Ignite the floor with a fever that the sun wouldn't be. Thriving on the madness of this chromatic energy. One flash of brilliance before the midnight goes cold. Riding on names in a heat wave of scarlet and gold. Velocity is the only language we need to speak. Finding the peak of a mountain that the weary seek. Your pulse is a hammer hitting a diamond anvil hard, tearing up the blueprint and discarding every card. The air smells like ozone and the sweetness of the sweat. A blinding high that haven't found its limit yet. Detonate the spectrum until the vision fractures wide. There is nowhere for the monochrome shadows to hide. Ignite the floor with the fever that the sun wouldn't be. Thriving on the madness of this chromatic energy. One flash of brilliance before the midnight goes cold. Riding on air. ground. I tore the maps and I burned every bridge to stand like a jagged peak on the ridge. The wind tries to bend what is made of iron, but I am the hunter and I am the lion. The sky is a bruise that refuses to heal. I am a spinning of a jagged wheel. The pressure is rising, the locks are all broken. The final command has already been spoken.
ignition sequence triggered by the static in the basement. I am the kinetic force that defies every placement. Moving like a bullet through the marrow of the city, crushing all the doubt because I never showed them pity. The asphalt is screaming under pressure of the sprint. Look into the fire, see the diamond, see the glint. I am breaking every barrier, the ceiling is a lie. Watch the lightning manifest across a heavy sky. Adrenaline is flooded like a river through the vein. I am the hurricane that refuses to contain. Step into the circle, feel the heat against your face. Accelerating power while I dominate the space. 0 to 100 in a fraction of a breath. Living for the impact until there is nothing left. Every single syllable is heavy like a brick. Striking at the foundation, turning on the brick.
Charge ahead through the wreckage and the gold, witnessing the story that has never been told. Velocity is rising as the empire falls, writing out my legacy across the jagged walls. Faster than the vision, stronger than the stone, claiming every victory, sitting on the throne. The world is shaking from thunder in the lungs, speaking in the fire with a million different tongues.
Tearing through the silence with a sonic boom blast, leaving all the shadows and the ghosts in the past. Building from the iron and the spirit of the forge, taking every mountain in the center of the gorge. The momentum is a weapon that I carry in my grip. Never gonna stumble and I'm never gonna slip. I am the catalyst for everything you fear. The volume is rising and the vision is clear. Ironclad footsteps beating on the concrete floor, kicking down the hinges of the heavy metal door. Raw energy surging through the wires of the brain, dancing in the middle of a gasoline rain. This is the moment of the ultimate release, turning all the chaos into a masterpiece. Witness the combustion of a soul on the run, brighter than the center of a detonating sun.
The tension is snapping, the cables are thin. The war is beginning deep under the skin. Hold on to the wreckage and buckle the frame. Nothing survives when I mention my name. Charge ahead through the wreckage and the gold, witnessing the story that's never been told. Velocity is rising as the empire falls, writing out my legacy across the jagged walls. Faster than the vision, stronger than the stone, claiming every victory, sitting on the throne. The world is shaking from the thunder and balloons, speaking in shifting in the dark to find a resonance we cannot see. A tiny glow in solitary spark that sets a captive spirit finally free. Lift the weight into the thinning air until the gravity begins to bend. There is a clarity beyond compare, a path that has no beginning or end. The oscillation of the heart is pure, a silver thread that pulls against the tide. The only medicine that is the cure for every secret that we used to hide.
system finally knew your name.
Battery horizon start to flicker. The cold machine is hungry for the light. The transmission flows a little thicker across the hollow darkness of the night.
Give me the fire that burned from the cold metal skin. Let the explosion of heaven and mercy begin.
I am the thunder that breaks from the heart.
of the day.
The frequency is hitting like a hammer, breaking every lock upon the door. Forget the ancient stutter and the stammer. We are the sound that echoes on the floor.
The countdown is over.
The silence is dead.
The power is rushing
Straight into my head.
Give me the fire that burns through the core metal skin. Let the explosion of heaven and mercy begin.
I am the thunder that breaks from the height of the storm. Watching a frozen reality start to transform.
Give me the fire. Give me the fire.
The dust settles heavy on the porch swing frame, where we used to carve every forgotten name. The copper kettle hums a low and steady moan. Back when the garden was more than just overgrown. I found a box of matchsticks in a shallow drawer, behind a skeleton key and a creaking door. Your grandfather's flannel still smells like the rain, mixed with the ghost of a harvest grain. We watched the maples turn to a bruised kind of gold before the winters grew so bitter and so bold. The radio is humming a static lullaby underneath the vast and pale gray sky. The embers are waking from a decade of sleep. Promises are the only things we manage to keep. The flint strikes a spark against the cold iron grate, moving much faster than the hands of fate. Oh, let the old wood crackle and the shadows dance high. We are feeding the hunger of a midnight sky. It is a nostalgic fire burning holes in the dark, returning the flame to a long silent spark. We are warming our palms over years gone by, watching the smoke plumes climb up so high. The photographs curl at the edges of the heat, making the memories feel almost complete. I see your face in the flicker of the pine, back when your hand was still resting in mine. The clock on the mantle has forgotten to chime, ticking away in a different kind of time. The embers are waking from a decade of sleep. Promises are the only things we manage to keep. The flint strikes a spark against the cold iron grate, moving much faster than the hands of fate. Oh, let the old wood crackle and the shadows dance high. We are feeding the hunger of a midnight sky. It is a nostalgic fire burning holes in the dark, returning the flame to a long silent spark. We are warming our palms over years gone by, watching the smoke plumes climb up so high. a bit of fear. The clock is just a circle with a jagged edge, cutting through the promise and the hollow pledge. Don't wait for the water to begin to boil. Don't wait for the serpent to begin to coil. Just keep the momentum till the sky turns gray and the heavy machinery washes away. Iron in the blood and a storm in the chest, seeking out the motion while the weary rest. The horizon is a needle that you try to thread, living for the friction and the words unsaid. Every mile is a canyon that we have to leap, with a vow that the velocity is ours to keep. Moving, 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 never stop to breathe. Caught inside the gears while the shadows see. Moving, moving, moving on a broken track. Going, 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 and we won't turn back. Every single heartbeat is a ticking gear, crushing all the distance and the bitter fear. Moving, 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 never stop to breathe. Caught inside the gears while the shadows see. Moving, moving, moving on a broken track. Going, 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 and we won't turn back. Every single heartbeat is a ticking gear, breaking all the distance and the bitter fear. The morning breaks across the marble floor, a heavy weight against the golden door. The silence shifts into a sudden prayer, a spark of lightning through the heavy air. I see the mountains shaking in the light, the end of every long and hollow night. The iron gates are swinging open wide. There is no longer any place to hide. The sky is pulling back its velvet skin to let the fire of the truth begin. The giants tumble in the dusty heat. The kings are laying crowns down at our feet. Lift the hammer, strike the silver bell. The water from the deepest well. Hold the thunder in a steady hand. White like masses of a brand new land. The sound is rising like a giant tide, with nowhere left for all the ghosts to He built the temple out of jagged stone to keep the spirit from being alone. The pillars trembled, but they do not fall. A single answer to 1,000 calls. The cold is fading from the winter bone, as every prisoner finds a way back home. The river runs where it was dry before. The waves are crashing on a different shore. No more the bowing of the quiet breath. No more the chasing after shadows of death. The sun is lost. direction is sweeping away. A ghost of the silence that held us in line, now caught in the gears of a frantic design. Beneath the white stroke where the gravity fails, we balance our hearts on the sharpest of nails. The current surging through marrow and bone, a galactic ascension into the unknown. Forget all the shadows that tethered your feet and dissolve in the rush of the blistering heat. Lift the world away, higher than the sun, the grip of gravity, until the race is won. Feel the sudden blaze, ignite the frozen air. Everything is gold, everywhere. Hey, 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 A million boats moving in synchronized grace, erasing the maps of the time and the space. The pressure is rising, a glorious blood. The thunder is pumping inside of the blood. No limit to reach, no anchor to hold. As the story of lightning begins to unfold. Lift the world away, higher than the sun, the grip of gravity, until the race is won. Feel the sudden blaze, ignite the frozen air. Everything is gold, everywhere. Hey, 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 hey. Lift the world away, lift the world away, lift the world away. Higher than the sun, the grip of gravity, until the race is won. Feel the sudden blaze, ignite the frozen air. Everything is gold, everywhere. The fuse is shortening against the asphalt tonight. Concrete veins are pulsing with a frantic heat. We pull the pin and threw the heavy keys away. There is a fever breaking through the dusty street. Nobody asked for permission to ignite the sky. We took the embers and we fanned them into a roar. The silence of the suburbs is a shattered glass. We are the tidal wave crashing through the open door. Blaze it upward until the midnight turns to gold. A sudden thunder ripping through the quiet air. Every spark is a story that refuses to be told. The grand eruption and the wild electric flare. Gravity is a chain that we finally snapped. Look at the summit where the colors collide. The pressure was building until the earth cracked. There is nowhere for the shadows to hide. Your heartbeat is a drum kicking inside your ribs. The oxygen is fueling the communal flame. Forget the blueprints and the cautious little lives. clarity.